Hello and welcome. So this is my first YouTube online video recorded full moon reading for 2021. I've done a couple of blog posts that I posted on my website chelseasonka.com, and I also post them on the Facebook page Chelsea Sonka 8 Limbs Living. And yeah, so I have always followed other people posting up Western astrology, but I am a Vedic astrologer. And as I step more into this energy, I'll be doing these readings every month. I intend on doing the new moon and the full moon readings. And you'll get to learn a bit more about the star constellations that the moon is sitting in. So from a Vedic perspective, we're in the sidereal zodiac, whereas with the Western astrology, you're sitting in the tropical zodiac. And where these readings will be different, we'll focus on the 27 different constellations that are in place at any time. So if you are interested in learning more about your own birth chart, for example, let's say that you booked a reading with me, I would send you a chart that shows you exactly where all of your planets are sitting in each of the 12 houses, in each of the signs, and from there, each planet has its own nakshatra, and that nakshatra, this constellation, has its own signature energy. For example, today's one we're going to be talking about Purva Phalguni, which is where this current full moon for February on the 27th of this month, which is only in a couple of days, I believe, 2 days time. And for us here in Australia, Australian Eastern Standard Time, it'll happen Sydney, Canberra time. I'm here in Canberra at 7:17 p.m, I believe. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 17 p.m. if you're going 24-hour time. So that's just a little background information on what's to come, a little background information on how I'll run these readings, and then we might even do a little ritual as well. So this particular one, because it's my first one, it's very spontaneous. I'm just jumping straight into it. It feels aligned action, so here we go. All right, so I'm going to do my best in the video editing to pop up a picture of what this looks like in the chart. My astrology program on my computer, there's a glitch in it at the moment, so I always seem to get Jupiter sitting in the ascendant, so I'll try and, unless it's some horrible drawing that I've done, or beautiful drawing I should say, where the moon is sitting in the first house in the ascendant. But in this particular sign, I'm not going to go into the other planets today. I'm just going to stay with the moon and the sign that it's in this month. It's in Leo, and also the nakshatra that it happens to be sitting in of the 27, it's sitting in Purva Phalguni. So each nakshatra is ruled by a specific planet. Each sign is also ruled by a specific planet. So the moon, which commonly, it's the house that it rules is the 4th house. It's all about home, mother, domestic life, family, friends, that kind of thing. So, oops, sorry, my cat just wants to join in. Bear with me. All right. So, as I was saying, the moon rules the 4th house, but in this month she's sitting in the 1st house in Leo from Vedic astrology. So you'll notice if you're after Western astrology, you're not going to find it here. Vedic astrology, there's about 30 degrees difference in signs. So you'll find that when you're born, your Western chart, the months will always be the same. So if you're born in June, you'll always be a Gemini, depending on the time of the month that you're born. But in Vedic astrology, it's completely different. So we have the ascendant with the rising sign that's on the eastern horizon as it's coming up. And it can be different because it changes, I believe, every hour, every 2 hours. All right, so let's dive in. Now, this month's full moon is in Leo, which is ruled by the sun. So typically Leo, it's that energy of the lion. You think of this beautiful, big, sunny mane, confidence. I don't know, just imagine yourself in the lion energy. It's warm and cuddly, but at the same time, it's got that ferocity behind it. It's a fire sign. So it's not a scolding kind of a fire sign. It's very creative. So we're thinking of, you've got the elements of the ego, you've got pride there at the same time. So, and noticing that feeling of majesticness, but the ability to move a little too far into wanting to rule or striving to win, establishing your reputation. So just be mindful of that this particular full moon. Full moons are a very emotional time, so it brings up the full waters. Traditionally, when you have a new moon, it's a time of intention setting, a time of action until we reach the full moon, as we come into a time of being. So you'll notice, as if you can relax over this next 2-week period until we hit the next new moon, you'll start to notice your own circadian rhythm starting to come back into alignment. All right, so, and just reflect on the intentions that you set at the last new moon 2 weeks ago also. So in Purva Phalguni, which is ruled by Venus, you've got this energy of the sun, which illuminates everything, and then you've got this energy of Venus, which is love, beauty, behavior, creation, all these different things. And Purva Phalguni is represented as the star of fortune. So its literal translation is participation in the sensory material world, but you don't become a slave to passion. So you know how to experience wealth, for example, without being attached to it. So I had a really great sentence written down here that was, you receive wealth while grounded in transcendental, non-material reality. So your inner and outer are balanced at this time. So this particular full moon is really beautiful for creation. I should actually say first that the sign for this particular star is the Shiva Lingam. And in other places you'll also hear them talk about the hammock. So you think of the hammock when you're on a holiday, on an island, relaxing. You can relax at this particular time. This is a beautiful energy for wealth to come in. It's a beautiful time for creation. And the Shiva Lingam, if you're not aware of it, is literally Shiva's lingam. Shiva's, for lack of a better word, dong. So where the seed of creation comes from into the world. But Shiva is also the symbolism for destruction too. So it's that beautiful cycle of allowing something to create, feel the experience, and then detach and release from it so that something new can keep coming through, because that's what creation is. So we can participate in the sensory material realm without becoming slave to passion. I've also written down here Tantra can be a time. So it can be a very romantic, sexually creative time as well. So you might find that if you've got a special someone in your life or a partner, now is a really, you might notice them coming to you or you wanting to go to them and create. Whether it's literally creation happening and you want to bring more members or team members to your family, or maybe you want to become pregnant with an idea in life. So we're very fertile right now for creating. The other thing that I've written down here with this particular nakshatra is awareness. So it's the lamp at the door. It lights both your inside and your outside realm. Again, stepping back into this Leo energy, it's about having that big-hearted energy, the philanthropist, generously helping humanity. So if you find yourself wanting to come up with, or you might have already come up with them, creative ideas as we enter the period of the full moon, maybe you've already got these ideas circulating. This full moon, sit down and meditate on it, really feel into the ideas that you want to birth into the world, and notice how your dharma is starting to come into play, how you want to serve humanity on that level. You're also able to face adverse circumstances in this energy of Leo in this particular nakshatra. There are themes of firm in thinking and attitude. So maybe you need to be firmer in your beliefs. Maybe you need to stand up for what you really want to be and become. So I was in a call this morning and we were talking about what behavior patterns do you want to leave behind and what behavior patterns do you want to take forward with you. So I know one of my ones was like a self-defeating pattern where sometimes you immediately apologize when there's nothing really to apologize for. And that was something that I wrote down, was I want to be firm in my thinking and beliefs. And I'm like, no, actually, I really want to step more into this sassy energy, but it's that loving, sassy energy that, no, that's mine. And no, I got this. Or I'm all over it. So, and not apologizing when you don't need to. So maybe yours might be completely different. I'm just using that as an example. And in this particular sign, you can also have great faith in friends and family, which is really nice, because if you find yourself doubting the abilities for others to support you, this energy lifts that particular themes and dive into it deeper. If you notice that you've got these beliefs sitting around, feeling unsupported, maybe even resentful at times, allow yourself to switch the belief that people do want to support you. Open the gates to allow that energy to come in. And maybe you've got something, I don't know, maybe you need a babysitter or something like that. And you just say, these people want to support me. The universe wants to support me. And they shall arrive, you know. Imagine they've already arrived and they're just waiting for you to match the vibration for them to come in. So that's something you can play with this particular full moon. It's also a very artistic time, a musical time. So if you're not an artist or a musician, play a drawing book. You know, every full moon, new moon, I always talk about doodling and putting on some tunes and stuff like that. But maybe you want to take up playing a musical instrument. Maybe you want to do something artistic, and that could be dance, you know, it could be computer programming, but I'm talking about like maybe it's in animation or something like that. Something creative that you really want to birth. You don't have to be the typical artsy type for this particular full moon to really embrace it. So find your niche and go with it. I know for myself personally, that's why I said dance before, because dance is the thing that really lights me up. I've got a couple of these, Bollywood songs, because my husband's Indian. We listen to a lot of, well, particularly 80s Bollywood music in our house, but I've been listening to, is it JJ Shiva Shankar, wanting to learn the dance moves in that one. So that's what I'll be doing this full moon. Now, full moon rituals, I'll go into this more in the next following full moon recordings that I place online. I really invite you at this particular time, just go with your heart. What do you feel you need to do at this time? I know for myself, I just had a cold shower because I feel uncomfortable in my body. I've got competing belief systems arising, and I just really felt like I needed a reset. I'm going to spend some time visualizing and meditating for the rest of the day. And when I'm not, when I'm doing normal human stuff, being a parent, being a spouse, cooking, cleaning, working, studying, etc., I'll be thinking about the things that I want to be birthing and sitting in that space of, oh, I'm already there. Because this is a wealth star in this particular sign. So embody the lion at this time. Embody the star of fortune, Purva Phalguni, and really feel it, because it's yours, you know. It doesn't matter when you're born, what your stars are, what signs they're sitting in, what house. You can own this energy at this time. And that's where I really love talking about quantum physics. This has went a lot longer, this particular video, than I was expecting it to, which is a nice reaffirmation for me that I do have wisdom to share. And that's a belief that I'm stepping more into. and I look forward to sharing more of my wisdom with you over time. If you want to learn more about your own unique birth chart, jump on the website chelseasonka.com. Book a reading. There's 2 different options there. You can get the PDF one, or you can do a live reading with me, and we will step through your individual chart. And you can book straight there, and as soon as I see it, I'll shoot you an email and we can process that through. But I look forward to meeting you in the future. If you're new, this is a new channel, but if you're new in the future watching this in the past, I look forward to meeting you and spending more time with you guys and evolving as this, creates into something completely new. All right, I'll leave it there. Happy full moon all. Bye. Catch you later.